fellow babies, and welcome to a surprise edition of the very show Stormy Daniels herself called a proper bedroom aphrodisiac. It's PubChat.
Bring your mushrooms to the party.
Bring your daughter to the slaughter.
Oh dear.
So,
what we doing here?
We don't know how to start early, do we?
Yeah, I don't even know what to do on a Saturday night. Usually I'm, incoherent by now, but somehow I held it together. What do you?
Nobody drunk enough just 2 minutes early.
Yeah. It's amazing. All I had to do was eat between shows, and I'm good for another one. Where should we start here? What's on the minds of everybody?
Well, the first on my mind is, what the hell are we doing here? What's going on? Who called this meeting? What's going on?
I had a dream. No, what do you think?
Well, you know what I thought I've had? I don't know if you've discussed it in the week. I've been far too busy. Is the absolute shit show that is the UK general election that we are about to embark on.
How's that a shit show? It hasn't even started yet. Give it a chance.
I know. People have already called it as over. And they're saying, "Oh, Labour's going to win by 20 points," that it's just already done, and all these MPs are now falling out, and they're like, "I'm not going to stand because we're going to lose." And
hold on, Dave. When you say Labour, are they liberal, conservative? What's the position here?
The opposite to conservative.
Yeah, good question.
So Labour are your liberals?
I don't think you can call them that. Yeah, I don't think you can call them liberal. They're just
are they left or right?
Left.
Okay.
Yeah. For the common man, the working man.
Yeah, the working class,
and the commies.
Most centrist they've been for a while.
There should be an influencers party that caters to us.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, don't want to get too heavy. It's just a thought I had, and how I can't really vote unless somebody does it for me.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you're an expat right now. Yeah. You don't even exist, right?
It's not your country anymore, so fuck off. Shut up.
Yeah, can I vote in both elections this year? Can I vote for the president as well?
I wonder.
Of what? Iran? I heard the shorter one.
I was just going to say, with the state of helicopters over there, there's bound to be a need for one. Who put that mountain in my way? Jesus Christ.
What was it? What was the funniest thing I heard on Twitter or something? Apparently, the president got stoned by a mountain.
Well,
Excellent.
Bob Dylan sang this, remember? They'll stone you when you're trying to fly home.
Oh, God. Ironically, they were playing that on the radio on the helicopter.
That's funny. Hey, Secular Sakai's in. How's it going? All right.
Hey.
Oh, your hexagon didn't self-fulfill. You're not a prophecy. Okay, hold on here. Oh, maybe it did, and I just didn't turn it on? No, it's not that simple.
Oh.
Yeah, if you look in the video link that I give you, it says V23 because I've pushed it back 2 versions because I found it more reliable. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Your audio isn't coming through to everybody. Hold on. Try now.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, that was another problem I was having earlier when I was testing it.
Oh, that was my fault. I'm just an idiot, but it's all right.
All good. Shoot. But yeah, so what's the topic of conversation?
Whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Okay.
Camel toes.
Now for something completely different.
Are they good in soups? Not the right fat content.
Well, I heard something about labor. So I don't know. Do we want to compare what's his name, Keir Starmer, to Jacinda Ardern? The war of labors across the ocean.
Are you speaking Greek? What the hell did you even just say?
Is that New Zealand?
That's New Zealand. That's New Zealand.
Okay.
The more left labor.
The Marmite
Oh,
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know a lot about New Zealand politics.
Oh, I
The one that took
actually
drugs.
love New Zealand politics. They're fun to follow. To me, it is.
Is it?
So that's only.
What a strange hobby.
Okay.
I mean, seriously. Have you ever heard of ant farms? You know?
It's just. I don't.
Yeah,
It's
but what do they do with all the ants?
Hey, started
What do
with
they do with all
that
the
one.
ants once they've grown them? Do they take them to market?
That's true.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen little baby ants on the stalk? Oh, it's so cute. I'm surprised they can survive the combine, you know?
Yeah. I never owned an ant farm as a kid.
No.
I knew someone who did, and I'm pretty sure they broke and got all over his sister in the middle of the night at one time.
Yeah. I wanted one when I was a kid, and my father was just like, you've got to be fucking joking. It was not happening. You know?
Yep.
He bought me a dirt bike when I was turning 6 years old. He wasn't like that. He's just smart enough to realize you don't bring ants into the house willingly. That's stupid.
I mean, either way, you're playing with dirt with an ant farm or a dirt bike. I would take the dirt bike.
Sure. Right. You know?
Yeah, but don't worry. But age 17, Dick was like farming crabs in his underpants.
Such is the life of a rock and roll musician.
Man.
Letting out my secrets, you dirty bastard. So
They're not secrets. I got it from your autobiography.
it's not published yet.
No. You shouldn't send me the
Oh,
the rough copy.
Yeah.
I've got a topic of conversation that would be interesting, but also Yeah. I think would be interesting and just
We'll
spicy.
decide whether it's interesting or not.
I need that
Okay,
Monty
okay.
Python gag. Get on with it.
All right. I heard something about a controversy over housing laws in Canada. Like Trudeau was coming under fire regarding special laws based off of someone's religion for interest, like for those who are of the Islamic faith, cutting interest rates under a special program.
Whoa, really?
How do you prove that?
Yeah, I know. It's I was seeing a
Did
report.
you just turn up in a turban and just be like,
Oh my gosh. Okay. If that's true, I can see why he's coming under fire, because that's
Yeah, it would be very. There's a fine line between respecting freedom of religion and trampling over egalitarian laws for everyone.
oh
I wish I didn't have to pay interest on stuff.
yeah, right? Especially
a
like
house.
debt. That would be nice.
Or a mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to
Wow.
look into the details of it again, but I saw that and I was like, wow, that's insane.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, because that's something that we'll have to bring up on a 42 show if it's the case. I'll have to look for that. Oh yeah, that's a can of worms that you don't really want to open. If you're going to do something for people as it pertains to making housing more affordable, you do it across the board, not just because you're special, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but anyway, I actually, it was really fortunate. I jumped onto the show right quick because I was actually about to go see my girlfriend and then take care of a few errands I had to run. But my car is blocked in, so I got to wait for the neighbor and their AC guy to clear out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll jump into PubChat.
I mean, if somebody
and
was
did
doing,
she buy that excuse?
yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, she's at work. She works so much that I literally just go, hang with her for a sec so I can say hi.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's there's so we just got a new roundabout in town, right?
Wait a minute. He says he goes hangs with her. What is she, an executioner?
Mm.
Oh,
If I piss her off too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Boy,
carry on.
Yeah, boy, can she tie a noose. We have a new roundabout in town, and it's amazing watching people. It's right at my corner, and it's amazing watching how bad the driving standard is, to the point where people can barely use it. Those of you who know, all you need to do at a roundabout is have eye-to-eye contact, and you'll know what people are doing, and to pull in. They're going to pull, blah, blah, the whole bit. Over here, it's just horns honking and craziness, and it's almost worse than the T-bone inducing three-way that they had. It's unbelievable. We have a real issue as it pertains to that in North America. I don't understand it. How hard can it be?
North America in general has a real problem with not having enough buses and trains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I guess Canada and Mexico, it's a bit better, but there's still huge swaths of just all of North America where if you don't have a car, you're kind of just screwed.
Oh, big time. Especially like we have so many huge open spaces in smaller towns where the transit could never fulfill the job properly, like the one I live in, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Very much so. Oh, here we go. Yeah, BME brought the article to our attention here. Prime Minister Trudeau announced Wednesday that the federal government will be proposing a new Renters' Bill of Rights in the upcoming budget that will create a nationwide standard for lease agreements, give renters a clear history of apartment pricing, and okay, that part of it I knew was coming, because you got a lot of landlords that will like in Canada, you're not supposed to raise the rent above the rate of inflation unless you've gone in and done real work. So you got a lot of renters, landlords, and what they'll do is they'll give you an eviction notice and they'll say they're upgrading the unit, but all they do is put in like new carpet and paint it, and then they want to raise the rent $500, right? And so now there's going to be a clear history of what the rent was available to the renters so that they know. But I'm not seeing any
Oh, well, this one, let me see. There's a couple places that are reporting on it. This is from back in April, the articles relating to this, but National Post, which I think it's Canadian National Post, or maybe they just also cover Canada specifically. Trudeau government announces halal mortgages. Here are the details regarding it. So, I mean, I think it's one of those things that is blown up a little bit out of proportion. But yeah, I mean, basically, it's a mortgage alternative payment structure that would follow Islamic law regarding prohibition on interest rates.
You'll
Like,
see, if you're going to give somebody a religious way out of interest, you better give it to everybody. All hell's going to break loose. There's no way this is going to sell. You can't do this.
Oh, here we go. Here's one from CBC.
I see what's going on, though. The link I was given was all about the renters things. You're talking about the mortgage side of it. So,
Yeah. It was specifically regarding mortgages, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, nobody's gonna buy that. You can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, imagine a provision where mortgages are only allowed to have a 1% interest rate for Mormons.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it'll be introduced in order to try to fire up support from certain part of the electoral base for Trudeau and his party. But I can't imagine it actually following all the way through to being passed because I feel there'd be too much controversy surrounding it.
Oh God, yes. You know, you can't do that. There's no way. There's no way. Imagine that, you know, if you have an ice cream shop, you have to give Catholics 15% off on Sunday, but only after church hours. Like,
Yeah. I sent you the article that I had found, but yeah. Beyond that, I mean, plenty of other stuff going on in the world, but yeah, I've been talking world events and politics a whole lot. I kind of want to talk about something else.
yeah, you get to a point where you're just done of it, you know, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a question specifically for Dick, which can be offline. This laptop will eventually just die. Which one should I get?
If you're not going to get a Mac, that's a hard question. We'll have to go over that. If it has the name Chromebook in the title, it's off the list. That's that simple, right?
Yeah, I'm not getting a Chromebook.
Oh God,
I'm
no.
thinking, like, I still want it to do like video game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's the like Alienware? What's that?
Oh, don't.
I was thinking.
Alienware were a brand that used to be really good, and now they're just a brand.
They were bought by Dell.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, dude, you got a Dell,
This
right? You know,
is a Dell. Yeah.
Adele, is she there?
Hello?
love your voice.
There's going to be a sky fall, and then a pie fall, and a custard pie fall.
She did that one, did she?
Great.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay, yeah.
Oh, you know,
And then,
Dave,
and then she
Dave.
got thin, and then everyone hated her. Sorry.
I didn't like it when she was fat either.
It's not a weight issue.
I was gonna
No.
ask.
We
I
are
just didn't
off
like
the
it.
air.
So, Dave, I was gonna ask. So wait, you were saying you want to basically preserve it as a gaming device, gaming laptop, Alienware, the old standard for a great gaming laptop or
Yeah.
desktop. So Any games you played recently?
Well, here's the thing, though. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Number one, when you try to stuff a gaming computer into a laptop, it never ends well, period. You get horrible battery life and subpar performance. When they say, oh, this laptop has an NVIDIA 4070 chip, well, look at the stats. It has so many less transistors and CUDA cores and stuff compared to the actual 4070 card. It's a joke. They shouldn't even be able to call it that. And therein lies the situation. If you're not going to spend $3,000 on a gaming laptop, you might as well just be playing on a console.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, honestly, if you're talking a good rig, you know, a PC desktop that you put a couple of grand into is always going to be better than most
Way
laptops.
better and cheaper and the whole bit, you know.
Yeah. I guess it just comes down to the convenience of portability. If you've got something that is good enough, and
Yeah,
you
definitely.
take care of it. Yeah.
And a real gaming laptop, not some of these slim ones that have supposed specs to be gaming, but a real gaming laptop is a beast. It's a monster. It's thick. It's not a laptop anymore. It's a portable computer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by definition, I guess that's what a laptop would be. But I get you like sturdy. Like
No, yeah, but
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Like you don't take a real gaming laptop on an airplane and all that. You know what I mean? It's monstrous, right? You know?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been so busy I haven't played anything in a long time.
And then there's the other side of the coin, Dave. If you're talking about gaming, there's a lot of these gaming streaming services now where the latency is so low that it's a really great experience and you don't have to spend $3,000 on your computer and you still get really good gaming experience. So there's something to consider there. I mean, I'm no gamer. The last game I played, I think, was like Civilization 2 Gold or maybe Pharaoh Cleopatra or something, you know, or Space Invaders, right? You know.
I thought you were gonna say like Tetris on MS-DOS or something, man.
No, I don't play Tetris. It's too Russian for me.
The last game he played was a hoop and a stick.
Yeah, kick the can, right? You know.
I can't afford the stick.
I actually did play hoop and stick as a kid because I don't know, it was just a thing in my neighborhood before everyone forgot it existed.
Yeah, Kakahari Firehawk there in the chat says too, also depends on the games. If you're into a real-time strategy, you don't need the highest system. There's another good point, right? What kind of games you're talking about? Are you talking about Flappy Bird or the newest fucking kill everybody within, you know, eyesight, right?
Well, to anyone listening who does have the time, I highly encourage you to go and just play a bunch of indie games. I mean, real-time strategy or traditional 2D or smaller studios games, because the industry definitely could use a lot more people supporting the small guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what really annoys me as well. Whenever I am back in the UK and I've got Xbox, I end up, these games end up having like these huge updates, and it's just, you can't even tell the difference.
Yeah, but
it's like,
but you
6 gigs.
And you sit down to go to play the game and it goes, oh, why don't you make your lunch and have coffee first? Because we're going to screw you over for half an hour. And you're like, great, thanks, you know?
Yep.
And even if it's running in the background, it doesn't something to tell you.
Yeah.
You go into another game and it's like really slow.
Mm-hmm. Well, these days, most games I find seem to be released as betas. Like they're not finished. They just put them out and fix it as they go, right? It's a joke.
Yeah. Are you referencing Cyberpunk by any chance?
Well, almost all games that come out these days are like, oh, there's so many bugs and stuff. I mean...
Well, yeah, I see what you mean, because there's always constant patching now. You have updates that are launched for games that seem like they should be a standalone, you know, not need any more updates. This should be the final version, and then you still end up with 5 or 10 or 20 updates to fix small things along the way.
Totally. And you got loot boxes and all these other lame ass attempts at grabbing your wallet afterwards. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Definitely.
I hate being treated like an open wallet. No, I'm a consumer. I'm not a ticket to wealth. I'm a consumer.
Yeah.
Agreed.
This is what really interested me when it was Rod Ferguson when he was in charge of Gears of War, and he was being asked about the achievements that go onto Xbox and how a lot of them are just like do this thing 1,000 times and it's just really boring. Whereas he always made an effort to make the achievements actually push you towards a part of the game that nobody has played yet, kind of thing. Then you would play all the different aspects of the game, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I've never really been big on achievements like the modern version. I mean, they've been around for a while, but I just like the exploration aspect of most games, like open world RPG games. Either that or something that I can just zone out and relax and I don't know, enjoy hanging out with friends for a few moments. Something simple and multiplayer.
Yeah.
And that brings us on to how big and expensive is GTA 6 going to be?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Will
Petabyte of
Will it be the first retail game to hit the $100 mark? I'm thinking it might.
First, I mean, I swear. Well, I swear, like, wasn't
fair shout.
Well, yeah, because I swear, wasn't it like or 10 years ago? Super Mario Galaxy 1 or 2 or something was like $80 or $85 retail.
Wow.
American. Oh, but that would be American. So Canadian. I don't know.
Yeah, about $6,000.
Yeah.
Oh, this is reminding me. Okay, I have not watched it because it just looks like a fear-mongering cash grab to me. But there's a movie that's playing right now called Civil War, if you guys have heard about this. And I remember seeing a small clip where it's something like the main characters are passing through one of the areas where there's a civil war going on in continental US, and the guy who stops them is like basically getting them to bribe him or extorting them so they can pass through safely, and he's like, okay, I need it Canadian. It's like it's gotten bad if someone's asking for 300 Canadian as a bribe. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that drills the point home big time.
Yeah.
Because Canadian dollars are like akin to pesos and Vietnam dong and stuff, like it's not good right now. No offense to anybody else's currency or whatever, I mean, I'm obviously not being kind to my own, so it's not personal.
I feel like, honestly, when it comes to total purchasing power, there's a lot of stuff that artificially is propping up several of the biggest currencies. So it always feels like an unfair comparison, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think of something clever to say, but I'm in the middle of rolling a joint, so until I finish it, I probably won't have anything clever to say,
Or after.
Well,
yeah.
Something clever or interesting. The longest single medical term in the English language is polioencephalomyelitis.
Wow.
Which refers to an inflammation of multiple membranes and parts of the body.
No, it's an inflammation of the larynx, just trying to say it. I mean,
Right, exactly. Maybe that's what I've got. That's why I've been coughing for 3 months straight.
Yeah. Was that one of the ones they listed in the song by Monty Python?
Maybe. I don't know.
Inflammation of the foreskin reminds me of your smile.
Yeah. Your penile warts, my herpes, your syphilitic grin.
Oh, man. I haven't seen Monty Python in a while.
It's my son's favorite.
Yep. Oh, well, What else is going on in everyone's lives or corners of the world?
Well, we've got election build-up in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care. We got election build-up in the US. Again, as long as Trump don't win, don't care. My taste for politics is akin to my taste for Vegemite. It doesn't work out very well. So if we put politics aside, we could go right into a topic that matters to everybody. What the hell is wrong with modern music, and why does it all suck so bad?
I feel like that's a conversation that everyone has as soon as they hit the age of 30 across every generation.
Well, then I've had this conversation shit ton of times.
Yeah. It seemed like I don't know if anyone else got this update on their Apple Music. They've just done this top 100 albums of all time.
Oh dear God!
Thing, and that's profoundly difficult to do from any perspective. If you did a vote, there'd be trolling. If you've got to actually have people who have contributed entire genres. Right, and they've changed the landscape. I can't remember where some of the Beatles albums ended up, but they weren't near the top.
Well, speaking of which, some
distinct bias.
Well, speaking of which, some schmuck just declared that Taylor Swift is now bigger than the Beatles. And a whole bunch of music YouTubers put out videos and they were like, I'm sorry, what? Let's compare what the Beatles gave to music and what came after them. And let's compare the girl in bathing suits.
Yeah.
Holy, I couldn't believe I heard that. I was like, what the hell? What the hell?
Well, okay, so I think this is probably the biggest reason, aside from total, amount of money, or, ticket sales, total amount of money being made by a particular artist or band. I think when people make comparisons like that, it's usually, with Taylor Swift, what makes it unique is the fact that she's been more overtly political in recent years. So, like, if you look back at history books, you can see a lot of stuff
writing songs about your ex-boyfriends is not political.
No, I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about like the overall interviews and shit with her. Yeah. Same with the Beatles. Like, they were talking about the Vietnam War and segregation and stuff in interviews, in addition to their music. And that's kind of what it was, the music that people fell in love with, but also it was the fascination of seeing these people as public figures that people trusted instead of, shitty politicians.
Yeah.
So I think kind of captures a little bit of that spirit.
I think a big problem right now we've got in music is back in the day, you had to actually form a band. You didn't get picked from a group to be in a band. You had to write songs. They weren't handed to you, and you had to go out and work at it and build a following and show that you were worth it. And nowadays they just have talent agents going around going, oh, you'd be great. Oh, we've already got the songs here. We're just going to make you a hit single and away you go. I don't want that anywhere. I have no desire for that in my life. I don't need it. To me, that's elevator music. No different.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
Dick,
oh, go ahead.
I was only going to ask what Dick's opinion on ghostwriters is, if I can guess.
Yeah, grab the cash while you can, but why don't you just do it for yourself? But I can't stand it. Like at least with Nashville, they're very open and honest about it. They have the songwriters, the performers, and everybody's happy, and it works out. But when you take it into the world of all these pop stars, they try to sell the fact that they are the artist, but it's all formulaic and done through committee and stuff, and it's terrible. It amounts to nothing, and it adds zero to society. We just don't need it. I want real musicians. I want artists. I mean, can you imagine if Pablo Picasso painted by committee? Would we be talking about him right now? No.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey.
Greg.
Greg, what's up?
Greg, how's it going? How you doing, buddy?
Long time no see.
Yeah, we're talking about music in the modern day and how it's got no soul right now, and it's driving me crazy and making me sad.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Preach to
See
me,
what-
brother, Six Guns. Preach to me.
What I love about this is that not only did Daft Punk complain about it, but they caused it in the first place.
Oops, there was an issue with Greg's audio there. I don't know why it's doing this. I have to unmute everybody that joins, and I'm not used to having to do that. Sorry, everyone. I don't know why.
I know that's one of the toggle options, but I get
No, it's a thing.
Are you saying that what I said?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got doofus on my face. You can see it. It's right there, right? You can.
Let's go. Let's go. Take two.
Yeah, 3,
So I
2,
just got-
1.
I just
Talk
got
about
back in
music.
here, Dickie Dawson. I wonder what you guys were talking about. I ran upstairs and Lisa wanted to join for a segment or two. What you guys chatting about?
We are talking about the sad and utter heartless state of modern music and how it has no soul.
Oh, that's a topic that rings near to my soul as a musician. That's first and foremost what I do in the world. Nobody knows about it too much.
I sure do.
The problem in modern society, and this is not a blanket statement, but in general, I personally feel computers have destroyed the music industry. Everything is regurgitated, and now in the AI world, and it's even prior to the AI, especially like over the last 25 or 30 years, you can just put changes into, or you can type in your computer, put changes in, make a song, and away you go. But there's no soul to it. There's no talent to it. It's
That's
just regurgitation of loops and lyrics that have been just done for decades. I mean, the greatest musicians you'll never hear publicly, you'll never see publicly.
Exactly.
And a bunch of clowns make it to the top who has the much money behind them, who has the best outfit or lack of outfit, the ones that are in the limelight, the ones that make political statements, et cetera, et cetera. And I know music has made political statements for decades, but it's different now. And now it's used as a weapon instead of a message of freedom.
Amen.
So it's completely a degenerated industry, and there's the absence of a lot of talent, genuine talent in the music industry now.
And so many people are being squeezed out because they just want the surefire hitters. It's like it's been handed over to Roland Emmerich and Michael Bay, and the whole scene is just an action movie now, right?
Yeah. And, like if I talk to you, Dick, and I say, okay, brother, I want you to start thinking we're going to go into a minor mode right now. I want you to feel some of this vibe, maybe a C minor 9, take it up to on the 4 to an F minor 9, give me a B flat suspended and bring it back to that C minor 9. What are you feeling? And you and I can communicate that. You talking to cats running around with their auto tune, and they wouldn't have a clue what we're talking about.
The sound of that auto tune, Greg, does that not just make you shiver? Does it just, it ruins everything, doesn't it? It's so bad.
Well, but
So
see,
cheap.
here's the problem, and I didn't know you were talking about this, but here's the problem. Auto-tune actually hurts it because you want a little, even though you want your tuning to be right, whether it's on a lead line or a
You
vocal
need
line,
good pitch,
you need a
but
little bit of that
humanity.
dissidence in there and humanity for real music.
And sometimes if you just push into the note, you can create suspension and drama. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Sometimes you want to lean the tone. Come on.
Yes. Right? And you get none of that.
That's what
None
a
of that.
suspended cord
right?
is for. I want that suspense.
You know, I play around in Mixolydian all the time just because of the way the notes ring. You know what I
Mixolydian
mean?
on me.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you know what? Let me tell you this right now, guys. Have you guys ever heard of, this isn't the only one, but have you ever heard of a service talking about AI in music called Udio?
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we, Dunk, on the show?
I can't remember which one's that.
You can generate entire songs, including the actual, the lyrics, the tune, and the actual singer completely with AI without needing any human involvement.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different AI music, applications out there. So I can't
Not
remember
to,
which one's which.
I know that a lot of people were on the Ukraine update with everybody an hour or two ago, and I was talking about rockets and missiles and airplanes, and I can tell you now that missiles were fired 27 minutes ago. So
Oh, shit.
we're expecting entry into Ukrainian airspace in 47 minutes.
Oh, man.
They're in the air.
Is there any reports that there is defenses in place to deal with these? Where are they
Well,
going
there are
to?
defenses in a place, but you never know where they're going. But,
Oh, okay.
when you have an attack like this, they'll fly all over the country.
Oh, fuck.
Right. Well, and remember, Ukraine is approximately the size of Texas. It's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
So it's they'll be coming from different angles, but this is a for real one. So the planes are they've already dropped them.
Jesus, okay.
Mm.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there wouldn't be an announcement, but any anticipation of simultaneous retaliatory strikes against the sites where these are being
that's what we're seeing. So right now we've got drones in Krovoyri, Kropotnivsky, Uman, Bilaserkva, Vinica, pushing over toward Khmelnytsky. So this could, let's see, 8 Tupolovs in the air. The 5 22s landed, didn't shoot, but the 8 did release. And when the drones are kind of doing like this and the air rockets the missiles come after, it's typically they're going to try to strike infrastructure in Western Ukraine, which typically will be Lviv, that region. But we'll see. You never know, but I can tell you right now that it's going to happen here. So I'll keep you updated.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
All right.
So we would definitely have some C minor here.
Yeah. I'm feeling the B minor to A minor shift, right?
Let's go, man.
Yeah. Give me some Dire Straits on a sullen day, right? Because that's
You know what I enjoy playing the most? I love playing Hammond B3 with just some nice funk. And a mixture of some funk, R&B, and gospel. That's my wheelhouse.
Yeah. I could see that too, because I've actually seen Greg perform. Right.
And I've heard Dick perform.
Well, speaking here, so
Yeah,
let me
I'm
give
not
you.
saying anything.
Okay, here, let me give you an example of perform versus AI and stuff, right? The song that we use for the Shills trailer, I'm going to play it right now. It's like 40 seconds, 36 seconds or whatever. I wrote and recorded this piece of music in one day. And tell me that you would rather hear some AI garbage. I'll bring the video up too. Why not, right? Let's see if I can do this and not screw it up. Earlier, my information cap thing was really screwing up. I think I have control over it again, though. Here, let's see. Yeah. So here, this is the little trailer we play for this show. Oh, why does it look like that? Here. There, that's better. So here, let me play this for you. And this is what you get when somebody who can actually write and play music does it instead of AI garbage. Right now, do you want people that can actually play music doing this stuff for you, or do you want AI garbage or, pretty dancey people having their songs written for them? Vote with your wallets and with your hearts, and support real musicians, right?
Yeah, it'd be great if we could get someone.
Damn.
Until then, we'll stick with you. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
It's much better than an EDM drop.
So let's see here. What do we got? 45. Let me look at the time. Okay, we're going on 5 p.m. Pacific. I got half an hour or so here until I got to slip back into parenting mode proper.
I got
Nice.
I actually got to split now because the AC guy is gone, so I got to go before before I piss off someone. Who
He's off to the
is waiting for me.
stoning.
I'm off for my scolding.
All right,
Later,
man.
brother.
Take it easy, buddy. All right.
Okay, man.
So, okay, let's see. We've been ripping on the music thing and whatnot for a bit. We tackled quite a bit of misinformation talk on the show today. But one thing we didn't get to that I did want to get to is misinformation, especially as it pertains to like outside state influence, Russia, China, or whatever, and the upcoming elections in both America and the UK. There's going to be an onslaught of nasty coming up, isn't there?
It's going to be bad.
It's
going to be bad. And it's not doomsday. It's just, let's be honest. It's going to be bad.
It's going to be really hard for the slightly slow, somewhat less educated and not following information channels that are healthy and good for you to really make peace of good and bad information in this. There's going to be an influx.
Unfortunately, Dick, those are the candidates.
Yeah.
I am. Let's do this. You want to have some fun, Dick?
Lay it on me, brother.
Okay. And I know people here are watching from around the world. Oh, Paul Gilbert. I just got your email, brother. Paul Gilbert won the flag last night in the raffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I got your email. And Europe's having elections too. So let's do this. Okay. All right. We're going to have fun. This is not a political statement. Dick says he's got up to another half hour or so. So, Dick, can you do a poll in your chat?
Yeah.
You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just put in there Donald Trump or Joe Biden.
Okay.
And listen to me, guys. Do not vote. Well, if you're not from the United States, you can vote. Everybody's voting on this. But this is not a vote for president. This is a vote for who you think is going to win at the end of the day.
Okay.
This is not this is not how you would vote. This is looking at all the media. Yep. Let's
Stop
just
the
see
steal.
what happens.
Stop the
'Cause it's-
steal. Stop the steal.
This is
Dunk, I know you're not like somebody who like is focused hard on politics, but at the same time, you're somebody who can appreciate morons when they step up and speak. How
being one myself, yeah.
yeah, well, you hang out with me, don't you? Right? So, but how much do you think in the in the media?
hold on, Dick.
Okay.
You and I have a problem now.
Okay.
I have no problem with Gump. Gummy bears, Orange Man.
Yeah, but it's Ronald Gump, right?
That's my problem. Do not even don't make me call Gertis and get him in here. Do not even think about bringing any comparison between Ronald Reagan
Oh no, Ronald
and
McDonald.
Dumpster. I understand, but we still have that man's name there. I'm just messing with you. All right, so you can go back to Dunk. Sorry, I'm going to take a picture of this, send it to Gertis right now.
He's gonna snap. So, but Dunk, how much of the rhetoric that's gonna come through the media that will get to your ears as a UK living voter do you think will be worth hearing, and how much is just gonna be bullshit that gives you no idea on who to vote for?
I don't know. I don't know what it's like for the general public though, because I tend to follow what's going on, and I'm always like following the news because it's part of the 42 News show. So I can't speak as someone who's just like a general member of the British public.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what it's
okay.
like.
Well, then speak.
I would imagine a lot of people are still following.
From your perspective, because of the way we look for news and the team on the show and stuff, what do you think the real percentage is going to be between, rhetoric and actual info?
Again, it's like when you hear all the reports of Trump doing stupid stuff, and people like show highlights or clips of Trump just talking absolute bollocks for 5 minutes. We don't see that in UK media. You pick it up on YouTube. You pick it up on particular channels that will highlight them. So yeah, that doesn't filter through to the British media or the TV or the news or anything like that. So yeah, what was your question?
I'm not sure I want to know anymore, to be honest. But
so 83-17. So that, and I asked people to vote how they think it's going to turn out. Not how you will vote. I'm sure some may have been unable to do that. I will not be voting for Donald Trump, by the way. And you guys know I'm a Ronald Reaganite, Professor Gertis and I.
Yeah.
But I think Heather Wiley there with a good comment. I think a lot will sit the election out. We've had Nikki Haley change her tune, and if you've run a really good video about that, go look at Prof, where he's having to, he breaks down that. It's really good job on that. I think we're not going to know, of course, until it's all over. I'm still thinking these two may not even be the candidates come November. That's not conspiracy theory. That's nothing. I'm just saying we're a long ways out.
Yeah.
And there's court cases and there's health issues and all of that. But if these two guys end up running, I think the world is going to be surprised how close it is.
Oh, God, I hope not.
And I'm not saying who's going to win. I'm just thinking it's going to be close, and it's going to be ugly in the United States. Very ugly.
What we need is a Biden landslide, or at least his party, just to show everybody enough. Right? Like the Republican Party needs a little bit of reform to get back to where it was during the Family Ties, Alex P. Keaton days when he was a young Republican and whatnot. It wasn't, there was no MAGA. It was all good,
Yes. That'll never happen. Okay. The Republican Party will never go back to my Republican Party. This Republican Party is not my Republican Party.
Yeah.
And there's no way it can go back. Never.
What, do you think it's going to get worse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's such a nasty prediction, dude. But I see what you're saying, because it's the mentality of the populace at the moment and stuff. This is where we're going, right?
Look at the trend line. It's simple. The trend's your friend, and it's hard to go back and to reverse all of this. The road the Republican Party has went down.
Ever try to unscramble an egg?
That's exactly right. I personally am a proponent of I would love for a fresh wind all across the board, not only in the U.S., but even through a lot of the nations that are experiencing elections. And I think the world could use that.
Yeah, man.
Especially in regard to Ukraine.
Oh, good shout there.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
So much.
There was
it's just
Dave. Yeah.
I was just going to throw out there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just completely pig ignorant. I'm just going to be on the second week of June. I'll be traveling around every week to different places in the States, starting with Tennessee, and it just feels like at the moment it's actually going to be more comfortable a win for Biden than it was before. That's my initial prediction as of end of May, right? That might change, and I'm sure there's a lot that's going to happen in the next 5 months that's going to
Dave, the thing you're
polls
not
and
taking
whatever,
into consideration, and I do believe that Greg is very much, is how powerful the rhetoric will be in the run-up. You know, when they really start hitting the media and it starts coming out, that adversarial back and forth thing, there's a lot of people that will literally just, it's like YouTube drama. When two channels start fighting, people pick their sides. That's it. They stay there.
The thing for me as an American, I'm 51 years old, and civility is gone, and I have a major issue with that personally. We have stooped to the level of fake eyelashes and calling people out and beach blonde beer gut guy, Marjorie Taylor Greene or something, whatever it was.
Moscow March.
Okay. You know, we've stooped to that is actually glorified in our politics, and the days of disagreeing and at least being kind and polite are gone. Everything now is about clicks. It's about social media. For the House of Representatives, it's about constantly campaigning because you are elected, and it's no different than it's been throughout history, but now we have social media, so it's completely different. People like to say, well, it's been that way for decades and decades and decades and centuries. Sure it has, but last time I checked, Abraham Lincoln didn't have Twitter.
Dude,
and
Walter Cronkite didn't have to resort to those levels to get views.
Correct. Well, at that time, it was actually news. It wasn't commentary. It was reporting the news and not his opinion. That's what journalism was. I'm reporting the facts. You read the facts and you make your decision as an in consumer. Now, the media today is wanting to create the mindset in the people, and it's controlled by how much money is coming from which direction.
Yeah, editorial
in their advertising platform.
Yeah, editorial takes the high road over the journalistic approach at that point, right?
So yes, and my concern is, I think it may get really ugly, like unbelievably ugly. And I'm not talking about, violence or anything, but the rhetoric, like you were saying, Dick, leading up to this is going to be of epic proportion that we've never experienced before.
Yeah.
You've got Donald Trump, on a court case with that hooker, and you've got the document case in process. And at the same time, let's just be fair, things aren't going so well in our country. I know people have different opinions on that, and that's not what we're here to discuss for sure. It's a challenging time in our country.
Yeah, man.
But
yeah, man.
They start to talk about
not
debates.
just yours, not just yours. Canada's going through this as well. Absolutely.
Here's the deal. We can take this right back to the Kremlin, and we can go there all day long. This has been in the process for decades and decades and decades. But people don't want to listen to those stories, and they're not conspiracy theories, and it's not QAnon, but it's a fact.
Yeah,
that's trash.
The Cold War turned to social media, and they got the upper hand because we were not paying attention at first.
Brother, they have been doing this for decades and decades. They were prepared for this moment. And the world is trying to catch up. My point being, I'm really concerned that civility will be lost in this as the election cranks up, not only for the president, but even for other offices that are being run for. And it's just sad. It's sad that we can't state positions and we can't debate. I want them to debate many times. I want to hear both sides. And It's not
That's
gonna change.
educational.
Well,
right?
it's just learning, and then you can identify for yourself. But when you immediately start screaming out drug test, you got to take a drug test for you. I will debate you. There has to be an audience or no audience. You got to stand up, not sit down. And I'm sitting there going, okay, first of all, you're not the boss of the debate. You are invited to the debate. Okay. The last time I checked, when I'm invited to some place to do something, I don't set the ground rules, but that's the narcissism of Donald Trump.
Do you imagine setting the menu because you were invited to supper?
I want to bring my own moderator.
I want to bring my own moderator. That's exactly. So the point being is, and I'm trying to stay, right in the middle for everybody. I just think it's going to be very uncivilized, and it's going to be a tragedy. And the point being, during all of that, which we all know it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
We have a nation being wasted in Ukraine.
Yes.
We are so out of order on our priorities.
Yeah. That's well said.
Ichabod Deer, I would agree with you completely. Trump is losing more cult members daily. I would agree with that.
I hope
we need
so.
a lot more to be lost.
Yeah.
But we're doing our best to get people out of the grips of that evil, narcissist, dictatorial Putin lover.
Dude, Caesar reborn. Come on, you've got to be able to see it, right?
No, Caesar was intelligent.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
This would be
one.
more like Nero, who's going to play while it's burning down. Well, I don't know. He's on trial with the hush money for Stormy Daniels, so maybe it's Caligula. I don't know, but
yeah. Caligula, Harry said as well. That's funny.
Well, exactly. But back in that time, with Caligula, it'd be like, who cares? Yeah, we're all doing it.
I've said a few times. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
No, I was only going to say, silly joke. It's just not as Caligula. It's with his sister, but with Trump, it's with his daughter. It's a stupid joke.
Well, who wasn't with his daughter?
Yeah, but I've said a few times on the show, Greg, usually in our after show chats when we're talking like this, but I would love to see it so that when it comes to political message advertising, television, social media, it's completely outlawed that you cannot talk about the other party, only what you yourself are going to bring to the table.
Yeah, eliminate the mudslinging.
Yeah. Leave that to the tabloids and stuff, right? Because that's where it belongs. Stop it and just get back to the actual politics.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't know. It's just I'm just feeling it. I just I think it could be a very interesting summer and fall.
Yeah.
We'll have had, by the time you get to your election, we'll have had like 4 prime ministers by then.
So Dunk, can you explain to me what does that mean? I mean, I paid attention to it and read about it, but it's not at the top of my list about British politics or UK politics. So all I saw was Sunak got permission from King Charles to call for a vote, and I have no idea about British politics. What in the heck's going on?
I don't think they
there?
know either.
Well, I know, but what does that mean? So the government's dissolved? I don't understand. Seriously, I don't understand. In a nutshell.
If the duck weighs the same, that's something different.
No, the government hasn't dissolved yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hasn't happened yet. But no, it's just going to be like July. We're going to have an election. Government will still carry on.
So will Sunak will be running again, or he's out?
Oh, he's running again, I believe.
Yeah, he's running again.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's only been in like 2 years.
Yeah. He didn't get voted in the last election. I can't remember who was elected in the last election. No. It was Boris got elected. Yeah, and then he got kicked out, and then Liz Truss came in. There's the lettuce, and
All right, but
and then
explain
Sunak
it
came
to me,
over.
Dave or Dunk. So in the UK, is there not a certain date for? I'm sorry for my ignorance.
No,
but I mean, I have to focus on my own country.
There's no particular date.
So it's just whenever the king gives permission to the prime minister, we can do a vote. That's when we do a vote.
Basically.
So it's not like every 4 years, like in the US, or 6, or
there is obviously a time limit.
Okay.
That you can have power in.
Yeah, it was.
But they do
Sorry,
they do this tactical
The,
thing sometimes where they'll call for an election when they think they've probably got a benefit of actually getting back in
that's
again.
what they do
okay,
here.
so there's
Yeah.
a political benefit. Somebody's feeling or seeing a potential to get a little more strength or positional placement. Okay.
I think basically what's happening right now is Sunak is realizing that they're losing popularity rapidly, and that if they go full term, the full 4 years, by that time they'll be so hated that they'll never get in. So I think what he's done, he's calling the election now while people still possibly like him and will still vote for him and not vote for the other people.
Would this affect your defense minister or?
Good question.
No.
Okay.
Well, defense minister, yes, but in
Grant
terms
Shapps,
of the policy, no.
Policy, no, but the person, yes.
Yeah, the person would change, and typically both.
Well, they might
Conservative and
change.
Labour
They might
have
not
been
change.
unanimous in support for Ukraine.
Okay, and what percentage of? Sorry, this turned into my interview. I just took a
Yeah,
over
yeah.
because I'm really interested. Why? Because my wife has me watching Larkshire to Candleford, some television show, and I'm 1880s Britain. So I'm all into this right now. So
we're past that now.
I know. The question is this, and be honest with me here. Not that you're never not, but both of you guys, Dave, you're over there too, right? Where are you
He's
at?
from the UK.
Yeah, he's in America right now. Yeah, he's a full-on trader at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
Do you live in the US now, or are you just visiting?
Spending half the year over here.
Okay.
Colonizer!
Reasons, yeah.
And half back
over.
It's an invasion.
Back in the Queensland. Oh no, that's Australia. Back in homeland.
Kingsland.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you can't
all right,
say
so
motherland anymore since
right.
1939. Sorry.
Okay, so you have you can give your opinion on this also. What percentage of the population there is, in your opinion, supportive of the Great Britain efforts for Ukraine, which are growing?
Wildly large percentage to the point that it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so it's way above 50%.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I mean, that's what I assumed, but I just wanted to hear it. Okay,
imagine so.
Yeah.
That would be my guess too. I think y'all have a
position.
large portion of the population supportive of Ukraine. Here in the United
and that
States,
cross-party.
here in the United States, we also have a large portion, both parties, supportive of Ukraine when you get to grassroots people. But also we have a lot of ignorant people here in the United States that unfortunately couldn't tell you where Ukraine's located on the map, and they don't really care.
Well, it's very located in the UK.
And that's what we're trying to educate.
I think the problem is on both sides of the channel is, as far as politically is concerned, is when people will start looking around. Oh God, look at the state of the NHS, and look at this, look at the state of the health service. Look at the state of this, and why is this money going to Ukraine when we need it here? But then of course, we also had dumb idiots that voted for Brexit. So I wouldn't call on the general populace as a good sign of careful thinking
or IQ level.
Yeah. I don't think you should give people the vote.
I think to extent, the two
bring it back to the good old days when you had to be a lord or a lady before you could vote.
Yeah.
I think most people just see it for what it is, which is clearly one country being invaded by another.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Right. That you will get you'll get the odd sort of question. I'm sure, past few years we've had a channel called GB News pop up, and
Oh god.
they've they've gone off into some both
KLW World
right,
News type
basically
territory.
Yeah, I don't know if it's fair, Dunk, to say that they've gone full Fox News, but they have filled the British role. Yeah.
But wouldn't you agree, though, David? I would consider the general British public don't like or trust the Russians anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
know us. We still don't trust the bloody Germans since World War II. It's just like we hang on to these things for like centuries.
There's nothing you can hold against us other than a grudge.
As soon as you meet a French person, you say, "Oh yeah, remember Agincourt?" It's like we hold grudges for a long time, and I think the British public don't particularly like the Russians.
Well,
they don't trust the Russians.
When you take a British car in to be inspected to make sure it's safe for the road, they check to make sure if it's a Volkswagen or another German import that it doesn't have Warsaw on the GPS.
Yeah.
I love that Clarkson joke.
Yeah.
When they did the advert.
Exactly.
Amazing.
That was one of the funniest things, from Berlin to Warsaw in one tank.
Banned TV adverts. Yeah.
I steal from that all the time. I know, inappropriate, but it's what I do best, right? Go on.
Yeah. No, I hope we answered your question.
Yeah, that was very helpful.
It was useful.
Well, to be honest, I'm just I only let my hair down on the shills. But typically on my channel,
you let it down too far.
I'm trying to be very serious and be analytical and have good guests. And I'm in Ukraine so much, and it's like Georgie and I and Starsky. We had a great conversation today. It was awesome. But there's a lot of experience there and a lot of time invested. So there's lots of questions about the UK, because the UK is a large supporter of Ukraine. And what I do know is that UK people massively support Ukraine. Lots of folks from the UK and Europe, let me just be honest, are very supportive of our work and our channel and our efforts, and so appreciative and so kind. So I know it's there. So I always just try to have my finger on the pulse of how nations are, because here it's relatively quiet, and it's a shame. It's despicable, to be quite honest.
Yeah, man.
So
it's not a good look. I'll agree there 100%.
My girlfriend's boyfriend, a very intelligent guy, he's a CEO of his own startup company for AI intelligent stuff for helping medical people and stuff like that. Really cool. I'm just going to give him a shout out. Hi Sam, if you're watching. I'm sure he isn't. I'm sure he's asleep. But he's Slovakian, and of course, recently they had that assassination attempt with the Slovakian, prime minister, and it was quite interesting listening to him about his views, because Slovakia is very much like a Russian state, but at the same time, there's a lot of people there that hate the Russians. And he was saying, there was like massive demonstrations in the streets and stuff like that, recently. It's like, we never heard of that. Never hear anything about that. And it's quite interesting, when you talk about, what's happening in all these other countries. There's all these other countries that's like, surrounding Ukraine, and we're not hearing many of their stories and what's going on.
Well, what's interesting to me is there's two things. The first thing is, and the world may not know it, but Dunk's girlfriend's boyfriend is actually the second husband of my grandmother. And, that Slovakian dude, yeah, she married him in 1946. I didn't realize he was still hanging on there, Dunk, but
one turned into an episode of soap.
I caught you, brother. One thing, here's one thing. Everybody keep your eyes on this. So, yes, Slovakia, just like Dunk was saying, completely accurate. but we're getting a lot more rhetoric now out of course, Hungary. That will always be there because of
Yeah,
Orban.
they're very susceptible, right? Yeah.
But now Bulgaria, we already have the Italians saying, okay, you definitely can't use our stuff ever attacking Russia, but that's not really a big deal. But
they're land burning communists at heart anyway, right?
You've got Bulgaria now saying, okay, we need to really analyze this because we're just not seeing a good end for Ukraine. They're doing their own analysis, but now they're making it public. So of course, this is all the work of the Kremlin, and they do that to get those opinions out there. But the reality is, some of those nations are starting to be a little more vocal with that. And this is why Ukraine really needs a good push. We need some positive stories for Ukraine right now. Yeah. And I believe they're coming, and more will come as we support them and stand with them because they're amazing. But really need some good ones right now. I'm sitting here looking at the information right now, and I mean, it's just artillery is pounding Nikopol, artillery is pounding Kharkiv, Vovchansk is having battles overnight right now in the streets, and the missiles are flying, and the world is relatively quiet. And when I speak that, I'm talking on large scale media and government.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. There's a lot to be said on these topics and more. I wish we could keep going. It's getting on 5:30 and I've got to switch back into parenting mode, so we can only go so long here on this little surprise pop-up show. Think of us as your local sex toy manufacturer having a pop-up store in the mall.
Wow.
Dick, the depravity of your mind. I mean,
it could have been a lot worse.
I'm just trying to relate to the average viewer. You shouldn't put that all on me.
The last time I checked, it wasn't the average viewer making the statement of that. Dick, your mind is like
a minefield.
It is really like a minefield.
Yeah. People wonder why I'm divorced. I put it on display all the time. So
I still love you, buddy.
Let's do a little wrap-up action here. Dave's connection is in and out at best. We'll grab Dave in and throw some wrap-ups in first here.
Sweet. Yeah. The only thing that's on my mind, I'll be, as I said, in Tennessee and then going around the States every week to a new place for the summer, which is going to be fun.
He's a moving target.
That they do is, they can't catch me. The thing they sometimes do on long journeys is they put us into it's like a cheap motel. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw in my book. I'm going to get a few copies flown in, or maybe just printed locally, and then I'll just leave them lying around and just see what happens. Basically.
This Bible's rubbish.
Oh no, another hotel that's been invaded by the Gideons.
Hey, you leave the Gideons out of it.
Yeah. You know what, dude? You're not going to like this, but when I was a rock and roll musician in my early 20s and we
you
were
did lines off of a Gideon Bible.
No, but they make great rolling papers.
See, I knew it was coming. It was going to be one of the two. I used the cover or the paper. I knew it.
Yeah. It was the toilet papers run out. Yeah,
yeah. When they said consume the Bible, they didn't literally mean smoke the thing.
Let me just tell you this, Dick. I'm gonna give you some advice. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Leave the Bibles alone. However, if for some reason you want to roll something up, please grab the Trump Bible. That is not.
Okay.
God.
That's
You know
a good
what?
one.
Yeah.
You're more than allowed.
Same with the testimony as told by Joseph Smith. You can smoke that too.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about Mormonism. I'm not going to talk about Judaism. I'm not going to talk about atheism. I will talk about Christianity because I am a Christian and a pastor, and the Trump Bible is a tragedy.
Yeah,
That's the one that's got a map of Mordor at the pool, isn't it?
It's sacrilegious, and then you sell it, and these naive people believe that it is like Moses coming down from Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments. I mean, it's
and you're somebody who lives and actually preaches the actual word. So this
That's
must
correct.
be a real irk point for you, right?
Are you kidding me? If I open the Bible, I don't want to see the Constitution of the United States or the Declaration of Independence. The last time I checked, God is not an American. That's the last time I checked. So what in the heck is a Trump Bible, an American Bible? God is above all and through all, and he loves America. He loves UK. He loves Ukraine. He loves Russia. He loves everywhere.
Yeah.
And for somebody to have that diabolic of a plan, and then the Trump Bible, and have idiots selling it, are you kidding me? That is evil.
I think God should sue him.
I think lightning should strike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't that Billy Connolly?
So I'm scared to ask now, but Dunk, what do you think, buddy? Any final words that will make sure if we weren't demonetized before, we are now?
Camel toe. No. I'll just thanks
Greg
everybody.
wasn't there for that.
Thanks everybody for coming, and thanks, Greg. Thank you, buddy. You're an absolute hoot to have around.
2 rockets right now flying between Chernihiv on the way to Kyiv.
Oh shit!
Yep, right now, the whole country's now red, and they're all on the way to Kyiv right now. So we'll see. But they do that; they'll go from Kyiv and loop around and circle around, and all kind of things will happen.
Oh wow! Yeah, Dunk.
No. Just Greg's just finished me off, as it were. So we'll just say thanks everybody for coming, and see you next time. I think, are we doing anything tomorrow?
The new Sunday show hosted by CF Beauty, Annette, might not be happening tomorrow because she lives in Iowa, literally yards away from a town that was taken out by tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff, or whatever just went through her area. It was really bad. We're probably not doing the Sunday show at 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, but we will be having a pub chat tomorrow evening where, everybody just liquors up and has some fun.
Yeah, takes your knickers off.
Yeah, exactly. Right. If you ever had an excuse to get some buffering on, this will be your chance.
And I can tell you right now, I will not be in the pub tomorrow night.
They don't call you No Knickers Greg for nothing.
Well, I'm still trying to get over the fact that your girlfriend's boyfriend is actually dating my grandmother's second husband. So I'm still working on that.
No. It's my wife, uncle's sister's boyfriend. Yeah, get it right. Yeah.
That's right, buddy.
Get the genealogy right.
Let's give it over to Greg Terry. What do you think, buddy? What do you want to end with?
Listen, it's been a good day. Thank everybody. And, it's nice. It's, I like being where it's even like Georgie said earlier, you may not agree with everything we say, or we may not agree with you, but this is how you learn from each other. And, it's awesome. And
yeah, man,
just over months and months now that we've started to really grow, we all these, so many names in the chat. It's just, you just feel like people.
Yeah.
And, it really is a big family, and, wish all of you well. And I don't know. I actually somebody bought me a coffee because I told you I'm gonna start doing that like a 5-minute segment.
Yeah.
And they sent me a message. It was actually it's gonna be in the running. I'm gonna message them back.
I hope it wasn't a Starbucks voucher.
No. Are you ready for this? Fast and Furious, 5 minutes in Ukraine. Not bad.
Ooh.
Not
Say
bad.
Fast and Furious was Dick's wedding night.
Okay, now, Dunk. Now that was pretty good.
It's kind of ruined the title of your show, though. it's ruined your mindset.
I'm surrounded by children. I swear to God.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, Maggie, go. That a gal or go. However, I want to make sure I pronounce it right. The debates will be shocking. There's no question.
Yeah.
Sorry to go back to that. I know we're closing, but it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, before we go, Dick, did you get that super chat?
I was actually about to do that on the closing. We had
it's a good job I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah.
Spoil it.
Yeah. Nerd panic alert. Super chat. Everything was better back in the day, even nostalgia. Now that is a remark you've got to be able to agree with. That was a good shout. Thank you.
6 rockets north of Kyiv. They now have turned right. They may be going west, like I said.
Oh man!
Typically, what they do, or they'll swing them out west and loop them back to Kyiv. They never go directly at Kyiv. They'll put them in a circle.
Right.
It's six now, heading west. Could be Lviv tonight. More power.
Yeah, so keep your ear on the news, everybody, because there is stuff going down. We hope you have a good evening. I would suggest alcoholic beverages, maybe.
I would suggest water. I would suggest water. Sit on the porch by the fire. Maybe watch a nice
the sunset
soap opera from Great Britain.
If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with.
Said by a great man and individual whose mind is full of endless chasms of evil, Dickie Dawson.
and if you don't like the one you're with, lick the one you like.
At least my grandmother, her second husband, was kissing on your girlfriend's boyfriend's boyfriend in 1946. I don't know, Dick, you got me.
I'm going to give Holy Oblation a shout out just because I can prove that I can say the word. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And remember, if your partner doesn't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Is that consumer advice?
No, it's not.
Keep your stick on the ice. All right?
Keep your dick in a vice.